They're never going to win in 2024 because, just look at what we've been able to get done. 14 million new jobs, more jobs than any president has created in the previous history. Record economic growth over 5% in just the last quarter. Unemployment over 4% for 20 months in a row, another record. The lowest inflation rate of any major economy in Earth, and we have more work to do. And look, we've built our alliances around the world, including the expanding NATO, that's on the Trump steps. In the draft, Trump said the same when he was in office, and we're improving again. What Madeleine Albright said, we are the essential nation. That's a fact, not because of me. America, essential nation. We've confirmed federal judge at a historic pace, thanks to a good friend of ours, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, including the first black woman justice on the Supreme Court. And made it stronger. Let me say this. I don't care how many times Trump and his mayor crowd tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. It ain't gonna happen. We made the biggest investment in the history of the world to combat climate change. Nobody has leading the way is your former senator and our Secretary of State, John Kerry. He's at the top player of the now. And he's the most respected name in the entire climate crisis. I'm serious, not a joke. We relieved student debt for 3.6 million people. Little things to start their lives, take a job they want, buy a house, start a business, get married, give them a chance. I signed the first gun safety law in nearly 30 years. We got more to do. We're making the first, and not only to rebuild America, but to get rid of every lead pipe in America, so not a single kid in America is sitting in lead pipe. And we get it done, every lead pipe. Folks, I can go on, but I know we have a lot more to do. Child care to elder care, to make sure the wealthy corporations start paying their fair share. We have about 1,000 billionaires in the country. You know what their average federal tax rate is? 8%. 8%. Guess what? We're coming. I won't take a lot of time. I want to talk about what's the most at stake in this next election. The future of American democracy is literally at stake. Everything this country stands for, everything we believe in, everything that makes America America is at stake. Not a joke. But let me say this as clearly as I can. Donald Trump poses a lot of threats to our country, from the right to choose, the Affordable Care Act, health care overall, to America's standing in the world. But the greatest threat he poses at all is towards a very democracy. Because when you know God, you look at everything. When I first ran for president, I said democracy is a state. I think a lot of people thought I was exaggerating. They don't think that anymore, because as we meet tonight, we know what happened on January the 6th. We know how Trump sat in the private dining room off the Oval Office for hours on January 6th. Watching it all unfold as the mob attacked the Capitol Police and desecrated the Capitol. As that mob threatened the life of his own vice president because the vice president was unwilling to violate the Constitution. Trump watched as rioters threatened the Speaker of the House. We all know Trump became the first losing presidential candidate in history to refuse to accept the will of the people. He didn't even show up at my inauguration, which I can't say was a disappointment. And my brother says, "Go crazy." I guess he won't show up at my next inauguration. We all know the lies Trump has continued to tell since 2020. Over the course of his term, when he was president, the Washington Post reported and documented 30,500 lies in this state. That's more than we hear. More than that, we hear it for today. He says he's running not to serve the people of America, but to get revenge and retribution. His word, revenge and retribution. He said, and I quote, the determination of all rules, regulations, articles, even those found in the Constitution, end of quote. What other president said something like that? He's called those who oppose him vermin, language that echoes what was heard in Germany in the 30s. He's threatened to use the American military and Insurrection Act to go into the streets of America and go after his political opponents. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. That's not who we'll ever become. We're always going to defend, protect, fight for democracy. That's why I'm running, period. All the political things. Nobody's ever understands it historically in the city of Boston. We understand what freedom means. It means telling the truth. Have courage to hold up a mirror to the nation and ask, who are we? Are we being what we're supposed to be? Can we be better? Unlike Trump, we don't believe America is dark and negative. We don't think it's a nation of carnage driven by anger, fear, and revenge. These are words he uses. We believe, we're hopeful, optimistic, driven by a simple proposition that everybody deserves a fair shot, damn it. Everybody. Can't tie in with this, but we Americans, we believe this country we live in is special. We're the only country in the history of the world that's based on an idea, not built on race, ethnicity, religion, geography. We're the only country built on one idea. The idea that we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women are created. We never fully lived up to it. Never abandoned it. Never abandoned it. Ladies and gentlemen, every generation to make it better. I'm not going to walk away from it now. Every generation of Americans has a fight to protect some aspect of our democracy, one way or another. Now's our time. We need you. Indeed, we need every American, Democrat, Republican, Independent, who loves democracy to join us in 2024. When we do that, we'll have done something 2 generations get to say about what they've done. We'll be able to say, we saved democracy. It's not and I know we can do it. I've never been more optimistic about our country's future than I am today, and I mean that. We just have to remember who in God's name we are. We are the United States of America. We never bend, we never bow, and we never break. We endure and we overcome every single time. And their first president in Boston after the marathon bombing, we own the finish line in America. We own the finish line. Nobody got us the fact that we work together. So God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.